Hi everyone, welcome to the YouTube live. Today, actually, I wanted to do Instagram audit. I think it's been some time since I last did an Instagram audit. Today, I've picked our dear Tampines Hub Instagram account. So I'm going to pick up 5 things that is missing on this Instagram business profile by our Tampines Hub. um, this might be directly very relevant to places like if you are a mall, if you are managing a mall, or you're looking for a mall like Capital Land, Frasers, and so on. You might face similar things on your Instagram business account. But if you have questions that I did not cover and it's lingering on your head, feel free to ask me those questions in the comments. All right. But other than that, I think today I'd like to talk a little bit more about Instagram and how you can improve. I'll talk about 5 points for our Tampines Hub. Okay. So if you're just logging in live, do drop a comment. I'm Charmaine, Chief Digital Marketing Officer at Sky Digital Agency. And in today's video, I hope to share with you what are some ways to, I would say optimize. We use this word a lot, optimize our Instagram accounts. What are some ways to grow our brand awareness? And also, I think, what are some common mistakes that are usually made, especially with big Instagram accounts. All right. So if you quickly just take a look, there's something different here. Um, you will realize that in our Instagram bio, we actually use like hashtags. We use icons. We also have this thing called a bio link. The thing about Instagram is that there's only one area to put a link, and this is why we recommend something called landing page of links. Some people will ask me, why not code? Why not build something on your own? I think it's okay if you know how to do it. If you know HTML, if you know WordPress, you can build a landing page of links. But if you do not, okay, don't worry. Today, I'd like to share with you some that you can check out, right? And first is Later. Later has this platform or app, we like to call it, called LinkedIn.bio, LinkedIn.bio, right? And the rest of some of the others that I'm going to recommend might sound familiar, but it's totally different, okay? So it's quite similar. They have a free plan. You can compare. All right. The one that I'm using is called Linktree. All right. It's called Linktree. So if you go to Linktree, they have like gradient backgrounds. There are a few types. One of the things that I did recently was to add emojis, icons as well. I think they look much nicer, have more focus as well, and it's mobile friendly, so don't worry about it. One of the good things about this is not only I think I can direct people directly to the different pages like our course page, our webinar on YouTube, and also some of our workshops, our 3-hour workshops on PTICS. So these are good because I can talk about it anytime in my posts, in my comments, and people will be directed there, right? So it makes sense. So I think this is a Linktree for you. The other one that you can check out is called linkedin.bio. It sounds the same as the one by Later, but it is not the same. There's a spelling as an EN rather than IN, right? So on the free plan, these are what they give you. Okay, so the paid plan will have more things like you can integrate Facebook Pixel, Google Analytics, customizing your backgrounds, so on and so forth, right? UTM, parameters. As I mentioned to you, a lot of these are still free. Just create an account, try it for yourself. In fact, on our own, I would say, Instagram account. I have 2 other Instagram accounts. I intend to set up with another account just to try them out and show it to you, share it with you in the next video. Right. So another one is tap.bio. You can just Google. There are many. Okay, so that's the first thing that I'd like you to look at, optimizing tell people what you do, how you can help them. If possible, why they should choose you, what are some things that they can expect in your bio. You can actually write that out. Number two, you will also realize that our images are formatted to squares, 1080 by 1080 pixels, which our Tampines hubs mostly are out of the frame. Okay, probably convenience, I would say. So this is something that you really need to work on. If you're not like like as big as our Tampines hub, right? Because for them, it's really just pushing out content. Um, Whether or not they do it well, I think people will still visit their page, people will still follow them. But for many other organizations, we probably can't afford this. So do pay attention to this. So this is the second thing, all right? So bio description, bio link is the first point. Image dimension should be 1080 by 1080. There is a trend going around to use a bigger dimension, but that you still have to keep everything else within 1080 by 1080 aside this what we call likes, comments, shares, and your logo can be out of the frame, right? So that you have more space. So that's trending, but yeah, something to consider if you really, really need that extra space. Number three, I would try to, especially if I running events, I would try to give a summary of the upcoming events. Okay, and I would say things like, for example, what you can expect in April, like what we're going to show at the Festive Arts Theatre, right? Give a breakdown from first, second, third, fourth week of April, what to expect. And the other thing to look out for is aside the summary, right? You want to also look at, say, for example, some of the Facebook Live that they have about comedy. I wouldn't know what their Facebook page is, and I have to go to Facebook and look for it because they do not have a link. So the call to action for anything like this should be visit us at our Facebook Live and put the Facebook Live URL there. And it should also be in the bio link. Why they can consider putting the URL here, although it does not work, I can easily copy it and paste it, and I can access it, right? So if you take a look at our bio, all right, so we have all those like different links to our website, our workshops, and our YouTube channel. So when people click, they can go directly to our YouTube page. All right, so that's the key thing here. And if I'm directing traffic to Facebook Live, I will add my Facebook Live there as well. Okay, another thing you'll realize is hashtags. They only use two types of hashtags, our Tampines Hub and Take Me to OTH. A lot of us, we cannot afford just using this type of hashtags or not using hashtags at all. And a quick explanation would be hashtags is for discoverability. Don't use it just for filter. A good example would be that when I share about LinkedIn, why do I share about LinkedIn? I want my content to get into hashtags, relevant hashtags like LinkedIn marketing, LinkedIn tips, and you can see that there are 68,000 posts. It's a good hashtag size. And yeah, I want to be discovered, like even social media agency SG, not many, right? But we thought we would actually try to get some of our content into these hashtags, especially if there are other, Instagram accounts that are doing well. For example, if there are other agencies that are doing and using these hashtags, we should start using it as well. Okay, so that is we use it for a lot of our contents, actually, not all, but a lot. And let's take a look at branding hashtags. Okay, that's what our Tampines Hub did. So branding hashtags, okay, but that should not be the only hashtag you use unless you are like super big and you don't need people to think about, right? And things like that. I would use like comedy SG, right? Localizing the hashtag. I would use, say, for example, if I have something for the kids or movies, right? I would say movie SG. If I have like drawing for the kids, events for the children, I would say like puzzle. I would use hashtags like puzzle contest. Um, what do you call this? Indoor playground, right? So you see here, they use it, kids indoor playground. I would say indoor playground SG, right? So if I use this, it's quite a big hashtag if I'm not wrong. Oh, it's quite okay actually. Is there a spelling error? Kids indoor playground. It's actually correct. So not a lot of people are using this actually. So seems like only Singaporeans are using it. Oh no, this is Bangkok. Okay, so that's something to consider. All right, the third point is hashtags for discoverability. Do a bit of research. I think I have talked about this in our 1 hour Instagram webinar before. I'm going to link it in the description so you can check it out. Now let's take a look at. So we covered the description and the bio link. Explore the platforms I've talked about. You can also check out LinkedIn bio by later. You can check out Linktree that I'm using as well. Okay, and secondly, your image dimensions should be 1080 by 1080. For us, we have used different dimensions for IGTV. So IGTV needs to be vertical, so 1080 pixels in width by 1920 pixels in height. Why do we do IGTV? Because our videos are longer than a minute, and we do IGTV so that it doesn't have to split up into different videos. Okay. The third thing I was sharing was hashtags. So hashtags for discoverability. Do a bit of hashtag research, and I think what is a good hashtag size would be a mixture. So usually we use my favorite are hashtag sizes between 20,000 to about 100,000, 200,000. Why don't I just focus on 200,000, 500,000, or 1 million? Too many people are using, so it's very hard for your post to stand out unless your graphic is like super eye-catching. So that's another thing to think about. Use a color theme and color scheme on your social media pages. I would usually color code them. So for example, yellow, black, it's a color that we kind of use quite a lot, partly due to the background in our office. That's one, but it's also a color that stands out. But sometimes we try to play around with like other colors as well. But you can see that mostly it's white, blue, yellow, and trying to keep it consistent so that when people look at it, they know that it's from us, partly due to the colors that we've been using. Okay, and let's see. So I talked about the hashtags already. Yeah, so anything under like 100,000 is a good size. You don't want it to be like used too much. I'll give you an example here. If let's say I look at fun facts, it's 1.4 million, all right? So these are top posts. Top posts will rank for some time. So this was 1 day ago. Let's take a look at, these are all 1 day ago. So let's take a look at recent, okay? This was just 38 seconds ago. So let's just take a few scrolls about fun facts, all right? And say, this is 29 minutes ago. So just imagine within an hour or 2 hours, your post, people wouldn't scroll so much, right? So this is an hour. So that's like about more than 4, 5, 6 scrolls already. Okay, so that's why I don't use hashtags in millions that much. Okay, color theme, think about your color theme. I would also consider, say, anything about food, it would be a certain color. Let's say always yellow and black. Something about movies, I would always use like blue and white. If it's an event, golfing or something, I would choose another color. If it's like comedy, I think one thing that they did very well for the comedy was that they keep it to the same template, but they just change the person's photo and the details, right? So summary of events upcoming to expect, rather than every single thing is different posts, it's a bit hard to keep up, especially like some of them are on Wednesdays, some of them are on Fridays. So there's no consistency on the date as well. So it might be a bit difficult for people to remember. I would also do a bit of teaser, especially if it's like live video kind of or webinar, right? I'll do a bit of teaser. Like I'm going to do a webinar very soon with Aventis Learning Group, which I teach some of the digital marketing courses there. And I actually proposed to them, why don't we do a teaser on IGTV Live or a video as well? So they have some of it. So one of the key things to understand is that these teaser videos do help. Of course, I think it would be better if we have more. So we have done. I think they have done, and I was thinking like to do more about this type of IGTV videos. So that we can create more brand awareness, right? Okay. So I talked about 4 things already, if I'm not wrong. Okay. So color theme, right? Okay. Last but not least, what can we do to optimize our profiles? Firstly, I think they are posting quite often. Okay. But for all of us, most of us here, we may not have as much content as they do. For our Tampines hub. So what I would suggest for you is to plan a calendar of contents. What are you going to post? You would see that whenever I have a topic about something, I will try to create something related in an alternative format. So if I was talking about LinkedIn, I would have created a graphic on LinkedIn as well. I also alternate my videos and graphics. You would see that I wouldn't have my videos side by side. Usually there is a graphic in between. Okay, so you can see here a LinkedIn video, and I have another post about LinkedIn best practices, right? And I talked about, say, social media myths, and then I have a video, and then I clarified about something. I did a poll, a quiz, and I elaborated more on the social media marketing myths. Right? So this is a rare case where the video is side by side. So I have an alternative content, and also, I think what you can do is to plan your content with scheduling tools. For me right now, I use Creator Studio. You need the only thing about it is that you need to link your Facebook business page to your Instagram business account. If you don't have it, but it's a business account, say for example, I'll give you a example. Recently, I created this account just to share, other stuff that I may not have shared on our agency's page, right? So I had some content, but I realized that although I changed it, I think it's a creator account, something like that. It's not considered a business account, and therefore I can't link my business page to Creator Studio, and I can't schedule it. So what happened then is I have to use apps like Buffer. Okay, so but I realized that Buffer doesn't work as well. So, but anyways, if you do not have a Facebook business page, don't worry, you can use Buffer to schedule your accounts. All right. So for us, because we have linked our Instagram to Facebook business, but if you don't have it, you can use apps like Buffer to schedule your Instagram posts. Can use Later. I've tried Buffer, Later, and Hootsuite, so try them out. I think no harm having more options, but I think Buffer has been the easiest so far. Okay, so they post, I think, a few times a day. All right, so this is 1 day ago. I think 2 to 3 times a day. If I were to post 2 to 3 times a day, I would spread it out. I would do one at 8, 9 a.m., another one like lunch, and another one after working hours, just to catch the different groups of customers. But because they did not use hashtags for a lot of their posts, the discoverability is probably through the organic, followers, 20,000. So at any point of time, there will be a certain percentage that's online. For us, at any point of time, there's about 200 over people online. So that is about 20%, about there. So if you take 20% of 20,000, is actually quite a large following. I would suggest to consider these things. And if you have any questions about your own Instagram business profile, you'd like us to do a bit of audit, some suggestions on how you can improve, let us know. And I'll be sharing other links of other Instagram audits that I've done before. I think property agent, insurance agents, and another one for F&B. Right. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have enjoyed this video and this video had been helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.